Retrospectives offer a precious moment for teams to come together, slow down, and think deeply about their work. A well-organized retrospective is a big productivity hack for the entire Scrum team. Run retrospectives the right way, and there's a high chance that you will improve. The Scrum team will improve with every single sprint. By the end of this video, you'll have 7 ways to make your sprint retrospectives more fun. Everyone likes having fun. Everyone likes playing games. It builds stronger connections. Teamwork improves. People get to know each other, work together better. It builds psychological safety. People become more effective working together. No one likes the start, stop, continue format retro over and over again. Number 1, the Constellation Game, which calls for physical movement and representation of sentiment compared to the more verbal type retros that people usually do. Getting people to move up and down makes them more attentive, participate more, especially people who are shy, who don't usually talk in the sprint retrospectives. And it's way easier to show your sentiment, how you feel, by simply moving up and down instead of verbally saying that. Participation will definitely increase when you use this type of retro. It's a very simple game. Go into a room, a large room, depending on how many people you have in the team. Place an object in the center of a room. It can be anything. This object is the center point of a circle. You'll form a circle around this object. And now the facilitator will ask simple questions. Do I feel that I can communicate what I want, say what I want in the sprint retrospective? Do I feel that I am part of the best team in the building? Do I feel that we write clean code? All these statements, if you agree, you move towards the center of the circle, towards the object. If you don't, you go back. You do that for all these questions. You take a break and you debrief. 5 minutes, maybe 3 questions, 5 minutes, you debrief. Here the team will talk about what happened during the exercise. Maybe some people didn't agree with each other. Others had some neutral perspectives. Let them talk. And as a facilitator, you can ask powerful questions like, what would it take to make you move closer to the center? And all the actions that they agree on, you write them down like any retrospective. And once you're done with the 5 minutes, reset position and then ask 3 other questions and let them move again. And then you debrief and you go on and on for 1 hour. Number 2, the unspeakable. Maybe you suspect that some unspoken taboos are holding the team back. If that's true, I have a cool exercise for you. In the next sprint retrospective, get everyone in the room and get some post-it notes. Give everyone a single post-it note. Tell them that everything they say, everything they write on this post-it note will be confidential. The post-it note will be destroyed at the end of a sprint retrospective. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And you tell them to write the most unspoken taboos, the thing that no one wants to speak about the team or about the company that they believe is holding the team back. Let them write and then tell them to pass this post-it note to the person to the left, and it goes on and on around the circle. Read the post-it note and write anything they want to add to this topic, and it goes on to the left again in a circle until the first person who wrote the post-it note gets it. And that's the end of this exercise. Then you can destroy all the post-it notes and you can do something else, or you can continue this exercise and even debate on that. Number 3, remember the future. Get everyone in the room, or you can do that online. Tell them to picture this. Imagine we are at the end of the next iteration, the next sprint, and it was the best sprint ever. Everything went well in the sprint. It was an amazing sprint, the best we had ever. What happened in the sprint? Let everyone, every single person in the room give some keywords on what happened in the sprint, and let them also really describe exactly what their perspective of what happened in the sprint. Why was it so good? And then you can start asking questions. What actions did we take to make us get the best sprint ever? What did we do? What did we improve? And then you can talk about these actions also. Number 4, the bingo retrospective. Each team member gets a bingo board with some negative behaviors, like talking over each other, interrupting other people, shouting at other people, remaining silent, asking leading questions during the sprint retrospective, all the negative things that people do in a sprint retrospective. And then you tell them to play bingo. Simply act out all these things while we are doing the retrospective itself. Act out all these things. And when someone has a full line, same as bingo, shouts bingo and he wins a session. You just need to spot when other people are acting these negative behaviors. It will be very fun. But remember, you do the sprint retrospective as you usually do it, but on the sideline, you are at the same time playing this bingo. Everyone is sort of playing a different character. Number 5, truth and lies. I recommend that this game is played with a team which has a high level of trust. If your team doesn't have a high level of trust, watch this video. So the game is really fun and simple to play. Each team member will come up with 3 statements. 2 of them will be true and 1 will be a lie. Each one of these statements can be about anything team related, sprint related, the sprint that we just did, or anything related to the performance of the team. Remember, 2 truths and 1 lie. You just say your statement and everyone needs to guess one after the other. Which one is a lie? Is number 1 a lie? Is number 2 a lie? And when we can talk about these 3 statements, debrief on that and move on to the next person and try to guess their lie and debrief on that, and just at the end of a retro, agree on a list of actions to take. Number 6, the Fishbowl retro. Maybe you have a large group of people and you need to do a retrospective, or some team members don't like or are a bit shy and they don't talk in sprint retrospective, and you would like to put them in the spotlight so that they can talk freely without pressuring them. Of course, use the Fishbowl retro. It's really simple. Get everyone gathered in a room, 5 chairs in the middle center of a room. 4 people will be sitting in these 5 chairs. 1 chair obviously will be empty and others will be around them. A topic will be suggested by the facilitator. It can be any problem that we want to resolve. You set a timer for 5 minutes and you let the 5 people in the center talk. At any point, someone can join the empty seat, but someone else in the 4 needs to go out. Its empty seat needs to always remain in the center, and it goes on and on. As a facilitator, just ensure that everyone gets to join the circle and participates in the conversation. It's pretty good because you're standing back and watching people talk, and then you can enter and then you can leave. It's really fun. And the last one, number 7, lean coffee. It's not something specific to sprint retrospectives, but it can be used for sprint retrospective. It's really popular concept. Basically, everyone builds all the list of topics together, start talking together on the spot and start building list of actions, agreeing on what we do what, how to improve in the next sprint. You can use an application called leancoffeetable.com. You can see it down below. It's really simple to use. You can do it online. Try it right now for your next sprint retrospective. Which brings me to my next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile, Scrum, personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.